Battery fully charged.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a live stream. Dustin here. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. I just got this slip off. A little bit of correlation in Valorant along with a nerfy in the A's versus Tampa Bay game. A little 6x. Ryan, you hit your UD streak. Let's go, baby. What was the last leg? Congrats. Big 10K. Send me that on Twitter. Send me that on Twitter if you don't mind. I want to see it. I want to see the full slip. All right, I put the link in the chat to this slip. Found it using Daily Grind Fantasy as always, but what I did was we have 1-to-1 comparison here. Clearly, this is off by 3 kills comparing to Underdog, right? Now, and then this one is also off by 2 kills comparing to Underdog. Now, I can't tell you who's exactly right. Is Underdog right in this projection, or is PrizePicks right? What I do know is, based off these 2 projections of these DFS apps that set lines independently, it's pretty safe to say the middle is probably the most accurate projection, right? So maybe for it should probably be about 27.5, 28.5, right? 28 on the dot, maybe. Same thing for this. This should probably be 29.5. So either way, this is probably off a little bit. This is probably off a little bit. We'll probably see them both end up coming towards the middle from their original projections. Not all the time will it work out like that, but it's kind of what we can assume whenever we only have 2 projections for these esports plays, right? However, PrizePicks allows us to correlate at least 2 of these plays in a slip without giving us a payout shift. Underdog typically would not allow you to do this. So playing over 26 and then playing Chemiske, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just going to call it Cam. Playing Yuno and Cam both overs. They're on opposing teams going up against each other, right? Taking 2 overs, both going up against each other, is positively correlated in Valorant or even CS2 as well. More rounds, right? So a closer game, more rounds, more opportunities for kills. And clearly UD thinks that these projections should be higher anyways. So I love correlating these two plays. And then I opted to just fade this and this just to dodge the push potential since we're doing a 3-man. And adding in the Rays Nerfy. Kind of what I went to do. Just sent my last play was Tarky and CS2 under 29.5. He only got 20. Dude, a 10K sweat on esports is absolutely diabolical. And then you just add in that you wake up at 3 a.m. You wake up at 3 a.m.? That is insane. All right, y'all. Look, I got the full slip right here. Oh. Do it like this. It's the full slip from our main man Brian here in the chat. That's the full slip. Pretty nuts. Almost all esports. What is that? Is that a little UFC in there? Under 0.5 takedowns? That is a crazy sweat. Running on 3 hours. Yeah, I mean, if I told you, hey, man, for 10K, you're only allowed to get 3 hours of sleep tonight. What would you do? I'm just saying. Yeah, this is insane. Hook right here. You won by the hook here. Obviously a hook here, but it doesn't feel like the hook. Won by the hook here. Won by the hook here. Won by the hook here. Holy crap, that's insane, bro. The last 3 or 4. Dude, that is an insane slip. Congrats, man. Congrats. 10K W. Congrats. You got all the plays off Daily Grind Fantasy? Brian? Shows why the value of getting 1 point / kill matters. It really does. It really does. I do explain that sometimes to people. I'm like, how many times have you been pissed off because you've lost by the hook? Well, here's your chance to get the value that's going to help you win more often versus getting hooked. But yeah, congrats, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, guys. We did just get off a prize pick slip. For those of you that didn't see it, the link's in the chat, by the way. But this is what we're running for our first slip of the day. 6x slip with a little bit of Valorant. What's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of Valorant correlation. And then we'll get into the rest of things. Not too much value today. We'll find what we can. We'll get it in. And go from there. If you guys don't mind, if you haven't yet hit the follow button on Twitch and you're watching over there on Twitch, Sports by Dustin is the Twitch channel I'm live on. Go ahead and hit that follow button. Would appreciate it. But if you guys have not yet hit the subscribe button over there on the Daily Grind Fantasy YouTube channel, I would appreciate you hitting the subscribe button there as well. All right, let's see. Do we have any better promos just yet? Did they added any in? It doesn't necessarily look like it, which is a bummer. And we're kind of on this like borderline. If we have faith that these are going to move, we could get this in. I don't have that much faith. I'm not gonna lie, these are Tuesday. Watch at 9:40. So I don't hate some of these plays, but I just can't guarantee that they're gonna move in the right direction for us to have a full plus EV slip by the end of it when it's all said and done. Let's go ahead and minimum data points this to 2 at least for UD. So, all right, we could do something here. We could do something here on UD. Let's see. Fisa Collier over 35.5 PRA. We'll take, what is this, Zinni? Under 19.5 headshots. Watcha. Under 5.5 hits allowed. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 53, 8. We could go Ellie. We could go Merrill. We could go Bobby Witt. I don't love the tennis play. It's kind of being weighed up a little bit. It's actually gone anyways. All right, so then we go. Ellie under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Going up against Crochet for the Red Sox. I love to see that. Hopefully Crochet, the only bright spot on the Red Sox team, can hook us up. And then Bobby Witt over 0.5 singles, 25x attempt here. Bang. I'll share this link into the chat. Bang. There it is. All right, that's linked in the chat for those of you that want the tail on UD. The reason why we're able to dip down into some of these red plays is because we have some higher percent EV plays that we have added into this slip. If you don't know, on UD, the best slip type to play is the 6-man flex. It's actually the best slip type in all of these different DFS apps as far as the set payout platforms, right? Where am I going? There. You can see here, a 6-pick flex on UD means that you are getting each individual leg at minus 116 odds. So the lowest set odds in the industry. Prize Picks, you're getting minus 119, not minus 116. So we're able to dive down. As long as our average fair odds percentage or odds percent to hit here in this column is above 53.8%, we are going to have a plus EV slip. So if you take this, you take this, or sorry, this, and then these three, the average is going to be above 53.8%. So it'll be all right. It'd be close, but still be above. Let's see. Let me hold $1. Somebody says that's funny. All right. So let's keep checking around here. I don't think there's going to be too much on the AI slip generator right now, just because there's not too much value. A little bit for UD, but we kind of built out what we could there. Oh, a lot of this is some of those, not Valorant. What's the word I'm looking for? Ooh, here we go. So we've already played Jackson Merrill. Let's load this up, see what we got. We have to skip Jackson Merrill. We could. You know we've played McCutcheon, Merrill, Clark. Let me check Valorant real quick. Is there any other games? Might be able to correlate some more Valorant. Find a good slip here. Hang on one sec. What am I doing? Valorant, Prize Picks, clear. Oh, let me refresh this. Clear. Valorant. So I don't want to get into the same game, but is there another Valorant game? So UD must not have those other games up. We still might be able to correlate something. KOI, Guardy, Zach Kappa over 32.5. 32.5. And then Eichel over 31. Zach Kappa, Globex. Don't know who's better, but just get correlation of the two highest kill guys to go over. Might be enough, or we can see. Bear with me a second. Or we could take a swing at Rasmussen under. Maybe we could do that. I mean, honestly, I think I'd rather do the Valorant now that I'm looking at it. We need kind of two good plays, and if we can correlate them like that, I just don't know who's bet. Anybody know anything about Valorant? Are these two people right here, Globex and Zach Kappa? What characters they play, or who's better? Just going off pure correlation here. All right, that's what I'm running. So I'm running a little bit of everything here. A little bit of everything. Fading the W GOAT. Caitlin Clark. Fliff. We got anything for Fliff? Nothing on Fliff. We probably have some stuff for Novig. No sleeper promos out just yet. Better picks. Nothing we can do really there until the promos come out. I'll double check we don't have any promos yet, which we don't. And then let's see. My DraftKings pick 6 users, there really ain't nothing here. Real quick, if you guys do want to sign up for Daily Grind Fantasy and get access to these tools, you guys can sign up using code DUSTINSTREAM. You'll get your 25% off. You'll get your 25% off for Daily Grind Fantasy, whether the Optimizers or the AI Slip Generator, whatever you'd like. But yeah. All right, let's go ahead and hit some of these plays. Jacob Lopez over 4.5 hits allowed on Profit X. Almost a 4% play here. Certainly off. DraftKings has it off. Let's go Jacob Lopez over 4.5 hits allowed. Athletics Tampa Bay hits allowed. Lopez over. Not too much liquidity there, so we are good to rock and roll there. Bang. Urias over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. We got Rodona over 2.5 earned runs. Or sorry, under 2.5 earned runs. All right, so then let's go. Let's just hit Rodona real quick. Earned runs towards the end. Runs allowed. See what you're made of, Rodon. See what you're made of. Urias for the Orioles over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Does Sleeper have links? Just deposit on there? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, can I share a link to it? Like, if I once I put something in? They do? Yeah, they do. Typically, when I build out a 2-man, I don't necessarily always share it into the chat just because it's like so easy just to click the promo and then click one other guy. It keeps the stream going. But if I build out something longer than that, I'll usually share it. Sometimes I do share the 2-mans. I don't know. It just depends on flow of the stream and such. All right, Austin wins over 0.5 hits. runs hits. 35. I know that it's not the most fun when I'm sitting on these exchange apps, just kind of hitting the best value. But Eric Fetty over 5.5 hits allowed. We'll hit that one before we move on. Oh wait, am I tripping? Oh, right there. Only a few bucks here. I'll take a couple, leave a couple. Take a couple, leave a couple. We'll check out Novig here. Leah Boston, under 3.5 assists, minus 153 on FanDuel. We love to see that FanDuel line. Take a Leah Boston, under 3.5 assists. Fetty, we actually just hit. There's only a few bucks there. I won't take it all. Actually, I'll just leave it for you guys, honestly. Waldron under hits allowed. Minus 130. We got Pinnacle 68. Everybody's minus 165 and higher. All right. There's a lot of liquidity there. I'm going to skip that. Waldron over strikeouts. Let's see what this looks like. Minus 120. Pretty good amount of liquidity there. I'll skip that. Hampson. Over hits. All right, Garrett Hampson over hits. I just took it at minus 120, which should still be okay. Betty over 3.5 strikeouts. A lot of liquidity there. DJ LeMahieu over hits. All right. Kind of the max I'm willing to go there. Threshold for liquidity on Novig. Honestly, I really don't like playing anything that's like 1,500 or more, to be honest. The higher, especially in prop markets, the higher it is. Like team markets, team totals, like this and that, like I'm willing to play stuff with higher liquidity because obviously those are just more widely played than props. So there's just automatically going to be more liquidity there. Team totals, spreads, money lines, stuff like that. I'll let it turn 9:30, and then we'll double check to see if there's better promos and go from there. Double check, no sleeper promos didn't come out or anything, right? So no, nothing on sleeper at the moment. You can even check OddsJam real quick for these sports books. Max Scherzer over 5.5 strikeouts, plus 110 on Bet365. All right, average odds of minus 120 across the rest of the market. Some tennis there. Boston Red Sox over 2.5 first half team total. This team can't score runs. Besides one game randomly here or there where they put up like 13. TJ Friedl overruns against the Red Sox. Plus 155. Also, Bet Rivers has it plus 155. If you have access to that. Let's see. Padres Bet 365 under 2.5 team total. So really not too many plus EV bets on these major books, but if you are looking for the best plus EV bets or the best value plus EV plays on major books, sports books that is, OddsJam has tons of different sports books you can actually click off if you have access to these, and then it will show you all of the best plus EV bets on those books. So pretty much what Daily Grind Fantasy does, but Daily Grind Fantasy is focused on DFS apps. OddsJam's focused on these sports books. If you want to sign up for OddsJam, you can use code DUSTIN35. You'll get a 1-week free trial and 35% off your very first month after that 1-week free trial is up. Any FanDuel parlay? Need a good FanDuel parlay? Any suggestions? TJ Friedel over 0.5 runs. It's juicy, right? It's not a super good odds to hit play, but if you're looking for a little bit of a parlay, that could be a leg you could add into it. But outside of that, there's really nothing else good on FanDuel right now. So yeah, I'd maybe take a stab at TJ Friedel. Maybe even play it as a straight bet if you want. That's where we're kind of looking. All right, let me check. See, better promos came out, possibly. Boom. Nope, no better promos. All right. Well, I think that's probably going to be it for the live stream then. If you guys haven't yet hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button over there on YouTube. If you haven't yet hit the follow button on Twitch, hit the follow button. Would appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter, Sports by Dustin. Turn on notifications over there or anywhere. Would appreciate that. That is going to be it for this morning live stream. Thanks for the follow there, Cameron. Thank you very much. Hope you guys have a great, fantastic day. Remember, if you want to sign up for Daily Grind Fantasy, use code DustinStream, and I'll see you guys